it is time to take place in some false love. So what's up everyone, Panda here, going to be doing a manga impressions of some sort and a little opinions on my series on Nisekoi False Love. Now this is an ongoing comedy romance done by Naoshi Komi, who is known for like doing a double arts manga that I've actually read before. I actually read it before Nisekoi and I actually did enjoy it. And to see that actually Naoshi Komi is doing a new series known as Nisekoi, I really enjoy it. So this is going to be my opinions on the series and gonna let you know what I think about the current chapter 1 to 103 are currently out in the making of this video. So our main protagonists consist of Vlako Ichigo, Chitoge Kirisaki and Rundera Kosaki, although there are more characters along the way. I'm going to be mainly focusing on these three. So pretty much the series starts off with Raku making a promise with this girl back in his childhood and saying this Zawsze in love, which is Polish for always in love or forever in love. And he made a promise with his childhood sweetheart that he would love that will always last forever, and that, you know, I'll keep the key, you keep the lock, and that we will get married. And, you know, 10 years pass from that, and you see that Raku is a son of the Yakuza boss, and pretty much he refuses to take the duties over of the family, but he's, you know, a good, cool guy. Like, he's very caring, since he was raised up by like the rules it has to be like a Yakuza boss. So hey, he fucking works with it. So he finally goes to his first day of high school being embarrassed by the Yakuza bosses and ends up getting knee dropped by the new like transfer student known as Chitoge Kirisaki, like, who is, as we find out later in the chapter, who is the daughter of a rival gang boss known as Beehive, who is also half American. Although not liking Raku from the first start, and it shows, you know, these two really hate each other. And the first chapter pretty much shows how much they hate each other and pretty much how much freaking Chitoge is like a tsundere. Like, if you don't like tsunderes, then you probably won't like Chitoge at all. But she's shown off as a real big bitch in the first chapter, although she has a little kind heart to it. But definitely for your tsundere fans, you will definitely like her. And it shows from the chapter that explains that, you know, the two rival Yakuza bosses are actually friends from a long time ago, and basically to sort out the gang war that they've been having, they decided to hook up the son and daughter of each rival up. Not knowing who they are, Raku and Chitoge have to be together for the next 3 years to stop like an all-out war going out. So pretty much the manga follows like this comedy romance style where these two are basically hate each other's guts and don't want to, and pretending to be the fake lovers, where the false love Nisekoi comes from. But in time you do see the two actually become friends and maybe potentially more. I'll get into more of the characters. Well, we have Rundera Kosaki, who is Raku's love interest, who's the one that he really cares for, and he really doesn't like want to break her heart, like, or do anything. She's quite a timid, quiet girl. She does care for Raku and the others around her, and her family owns like a pastry shop. And you see more developments come on with her later on in the series, but I don't want to go too much into sports territory, but this is just like an impression and like a sort of recommendation video. Plus we do have other characters throughout the cast, like we have Shu, who is Raku's best friend, and he's sort of like new from the start, from that the two weren't dating, and it shows interest that he might like Rundera's best friend Rui, who unfortunately I've now got to talk about, who is Ruri Miyamoto, who is Rundera's best friend. And unfortunately I have to say that, but she's probably my least favorite character from the entire cast of Nisekoi. She's very weird, annoying, always trying to like get like Raku and like Rundera trying to hook up, saying, oh yeah, go, even though you got a girlfriend, you just keep going for it, don't worry about her. Although she never really shows any kindness or anything. Like, she especially hates Shu for a particular reason, although the two, yeah, they have their little mysterious motives themselves. But she does show a lot of kindness to Rundera, and shows that she really does care for her and does not want her feelings to get hurt. Then we have throughout the other series, we have Seishiro Sugumi, who is pretty much a hitman from Beehive, which is Chitoge's with Mafia. And I don't want to say too much about the hitman, but you'll see a lot later in the series. Seishiro has a lot more of an important role. Then we have Marika Tachibana, who is like Raku's so-called fiance you see in the series, and she's very vocal and very, you know, and she's just overall, I think she's probably one of my personal favorites from the series, just because I find her so funny how she acts and just like how obnoxious she is to the rest of the characters. And although she tries to be a bit girly sometimes, she can be very boisterous. Pretty much what I like about this manga is that each character has their developments. Each of them have their own little stories, some plot or arc, and I really do like that, since like most romances only just focus on the main 2 or 3 people there, and it just kind of just keeps going left to right. Nisekoi does a little bit different, where it likes to give everyone screen time, although maybe some characters I don't enjoy, maybe there's some even I don't personally enjoy in the series, but still they do give a lot of screen time for a lot of the characters, which I do have a really enjoy for it. My problem with the series is that it seems like it's taking the harem route now, where it seems like the one guy is completely surrounded by bitches now. It seems like that's where it's going now, which, yeah, that is pretty much what happens in a lot of romance series. And it isn't as bad as some other series, but it's starting to get to that point. And not to mention as well, the manga currently has been very slow and seems to be like doing like these sort of little one-shot chapters of like little stories, little gaggy things, which I will say that the comedy in Nisekoi is very good. I would just like to have more of the story arcs sort of stuff throughout the series, because I really do get enjoying and really get to grip with that. Plus as well, like I said, some of the characters come off a little bit weak or as annoying. I know some people will not like, you know, really Shu sometimes can act like a bit of the predictable best friend Dig as well. I know some people want like Marika. Even as well, like, people might not even like Chitoge because she is like a typical, you know, tsundere character, and Undera is pretty much just a timid, quiet girl. So you can predict from from the start what a lot of these characters are going to be like. But the series, like, its art as well, I have to say about this. The art first is like you can accept it, but then it's like it greatly improved, and as well with the comedy scenes, I feel like they get the faces just right, and like just everything around it just overall leaves me in stitches. And I can see that this series has a lot more potential to stay in Jump for the next 2 to 3 years, since this manga did start in 2011, and surviving Jump is a pretty hard thing nowadays for series to do. And not to mention that it does make the top 5 pretty much all the time in the Shonen Jump ranking, so it's very good. At the moment, there's currently 9 volumes available in Japan, and the first volume of Nisekoi, I believe, is coming out in March for us, known as Nisekoi's False Love. Overall, I would recommend people to get into the series, and I'd say wait for the anime, since it's being done by Shaft, who are known for doing Bakemonogatari series, not to mention Madoka Magica. So far, I would give the manga a 7.5 out of 10. It is very enjoyable, not for everyone. If you're a fan of romance series, then I would definitely say give Nisekoi a try. However, I would just either hold on. If you want to read it now, then go by means of read it or pre-order the manga. I'll leave the link to pre-order it, or wait for the anime episode to come out. The first episode, I'm believing Crunchyroll should get like the license to stream that, and then just watch from there and see if you are interested. Just read the manga from there, and I'll leave the link to Crunchyroll as well, just in case they do license it. I have a high feeling that Crunchyroll will do this. That's all for me, everyone. So thank you everyone for watching. Let me know if you've seen Nisekoi, what you think of it. If you haven't, do you think you might check it out because of this recommendation? And if I should I do more recommendations like this, or impressions of series? But that's all for me, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, straight out that panda, and I'll see you guys next.